Flash games are well known for leaving a positive mark on everyone's childhood. But if you played one that instead of making you feel nostalgic, actually told you a story about a crime, and what if it didn't exist? Welcome to the Laceys Flash games. Welcome viewer. Before starting, I would like to warn you that this analog horror will talk about heavy topics, such as these on the screen. You have been warned, and without further ado, let's go. I'm Sir Chris, I explore the internet and I make videos about it. In these last few days, while I was surfing on YouTube, there was an analog horror that has become popular for its disturbing content. Even if I thought the opposite from the cover. And oh boy, I was wrong. It all starts with the first missing Flash game, Lacey's wardrobe, where in it we had to choose her style according to what she was going to do. The first one being the picnic in the park, that after choosing her style, we can see that there was someone stalking Lacey from the forest. During the afternoon, she goes to a mall, but before finishing her style, she receives a call.
Lacey, did you see my stacks, Lacey? I can't wait to meet up, Lacey. I want to. Have a good time tonight with you, Lacey. Tonight. Bye-bye.
And from there, she's being stalked by him as we continue. When night comes, the creepy man who called her in the afternoon was at this very moment at her door. Upon receiving a gift from him, she receives another call.
Lacey, I'm here. I'm here. Did you get my gift, Lacey? Did you like it? I'm here. Open the door, my darling. Open the door. Open the fucking door!
And the worst part is, even the character breaks the fourth wall for the second time and begs the player to not let her go out of the room, which unfortunately the player ignores, which ends up with her condition. The next episode starts with a different player, wanting to show the secret ending behind another Lacey's Flash game. The main objective of this one was to help the main protagonist to make food, as she's going to open her new diner. Nothing special, just a cooking game that gives you extra time. That when you finish making the food, you serve it to the customers and the day is over. By doing this for 3 days, we get the normal / happy ending, where her restaurant is the best in the world. But the problem happens when you start to run out of time. She starts to deteriorate, along with the scenario, until... we see an image with the words idiot, useless, slow, and failure, with a date from 2006. And of course, the customers left, and we see that her restaurant was all she had. On the second day of the bad ending, we do the same. We run out of time, and we find out more about her heavy past. What growing up is all about. Go and put me on death row, with Skid Rope and Brown Boy. They find in the river, and pull out my body, pronouncing me dead, while it was still twitching. For memories are no substitute. Part of the ingrained paranoia was owed directly to the fact that they used to teach kids such perverse little bizarre lies, that they pass out as the truth. It goes to the point where the character breaks down completely and promises that in the next day, the customers will have a well-made dish. And it's from here that everything starts to fall apart. Because now, we see that she's in the kitchen with several disgusting items, such as cigarette butts, used condom, drugs, broken glass, a cockroach, and even corn. As she uses the items, we see several images that tells us more about her difficult childhood. These moments were hard to forget, because they were super glued from my heels to my thighs. The smoke tinted me in grey forever, and it made me tear up so much, I almost cried in front of him. Never again. First, they dominated the ceiling of my room, but then I started seeing them everywhere. Bugs and bites and dirt, hash and vomit, where they shouldn't have been. I wanted to suck it all, a reverse frog dissection, and hand it all at once. Sucked by the static. The grains tickle Uncle's eyes with pleasures. He was the same as me, but didn't want to admit it. And the next 3 images talk about the fact that her uncle used drugs and abused her while she was a kid. Until we see the appearance of the dish, and it is served to the customers. And honestly, the noise made the whole scene disgusting. And the last thing we see from the second Flash game is the establishment closed due to the last dish. And then we get the bad ending. This analog horror portrays the traumas that Lacey had to go through in her childhood. What makes this more saddening is the fact that for someone in the world, this was their reality. And what she has in common with the urban spook is the hatred you begin to gain for the villain. And it deserves a B.